Good evening, Notre Dame, and welcome to NDtv News. We're your hosts,
Colby Hoyer
and Claire and Becky.
In the weeks before spring break, Notre Dame has been buzzing with student activities. On Sunday, Notre Dame kicked off Love Your Body Week with a group workout session led by Mac, a special ops agent trainer to the Irish rugby team. He took everyone through a high-intensity interval training workout, which included sets of intense activity followed by short recovery periods. By the end, everyone was dripping and satisfied with a workout well done.
Love Your Body Week continues throughout the week with more events highlighting self-esteem and positive body image. Tomorrow, Sla Nouveau is hosting a spa day with free manicures, pedicures, and massages from 2 to 6 p.m. in the Dooley Room of the LaFortune Student Center. Love Your Body Week concludes Friday at 5 p.m. with a Flourish fashion show and free food in the LaFortune Ballroom.
While the juniors busily tended to their parents for the weekend, Pangborn and Ryan teamed up for the second year in a row to host a carnival event in Steppen Center. The Friday night of fun gave other students an alternative to doing homework. Complete with a Velcro wall, mini golf, Wendy's Frosties, a photo booth, and more, these ladies' dorms put on an event to be remembered. We caught up with Vice President of Pangborn, Shannon O'Brien, to ask what she thought kept people coming back for more.
I think that Wendy's is a little different, and I think the Frosties are great. And this is a good event if you just want to have fun and do some activities that you did when you were a kid.
More recently on campus, students turned to a little comic relief to cope with midterms. This weekend, the men of Keenan entertained hundreds of students with much review about nothing, this year's anticipated Keenan Review. Highlights of the review included live music and dance numbers, completely accurate depictions of dorm parties and life as a Notre Dame student, and a healthy dose of slightly obscene commentary. Credit goes to Senior Director Tyler Gregory, head writers Luke Shadley, Matthew Conigan, and Danny Shapiro, and dance choreographer Connor Duffy for putting on yet another hilarious review.
While the Keenan Knights were getting their exercise from their dance moves, NDtv reporter Clara Ritker headed to Rolf's to check out other students getting fit at the celebration of National Recreational Sports and Fitness Day.
From cycling to ping pong to basketball, students at the University of Notre Dame regularly engage in physical activity. But Friday marked a special occasion because the university and other college fitness facilities across the nation participated in the National Recreational Sports and Fitness Day.
I just think it's important, like being in college, we take care of ourselves, so staying fit and healthy is the best way to, just make sure you have a good college experience, I guess, in my opinion.
The Rolf Sports Recreation Center says they're committed to the same principles which guide First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign. The goal is to combat obesity and create a healthier next generation.
Yeah, so today is National Recreational Sports and Fitness Day. We've decorated our facilities, the RSRC, the Rocky Memorial, and the Ralph's Aquatic Center, just to encourage people to get out here and celebrate the day. They're encouraged to do anything that interests them in our facilities and taking advantage of any of the programs that we have. We've decorated the facilities with some information about all the different programs that Rec Sports offers, special events, and then the number of people that participate as well.
Gallagher estimates that 2,500 people came to Rolf's, a number which doesn't include the Guglielmo Athletics Complex or the Rocky Memorial Building. More than 700 universities are members of the National Intramural Recreational Sports Association, the event sponsor. The Day of Fitness falls on the anniversary of its founding. Students filled out pledge sheets to document their athletic commitments. Some were humorous, but others marked their Lenten promises.
So, kind of my own fitness pledge, I'm wearing the holy hat for the first time this year. I'm a junior. I didn't do it freshman year or sophomore year. I'm going to do it this year. I'm really excited for it. So we'll see how it goes. But it's definitely been a lot more of an exciting mood. Normally people you kind of see drudging coming into the gym, but I don't know if they're interested in signs or riding on the balloons, but people are definitely very excited. So.
I made a pledge that through the season of Lent and to continue this year, I will be working out every day, and because I think it's important to promote physical fitness, and especially when we're in college, there's so much going on, and to keep a balanced life, I feel like you need to work out at least once a day.
Like Sam, Meg is also training for the Holy Calf. The race will take place on Saturday, March 23rd after students return from break. Those interested in participating can register at fullyhalf.nd.edu. Every day is a great day to help promote healthy living, but today here at the Rolfe Center, it's a very busy day for students to come out and do it together. And I've even made one of my own signs for the day, which is my pledge to help promote physical fitness. Clara Ricker reporting for NDtv News.
After a close race and runoff election, Notre Dame elected juniors Alex Kosha and Nancy Joyce as student body president and vice president. I sat down with the newly elected officers to discuss their vision for student government and the origin of the Vote the Beard meme.
One of the things we've talked about is that we want to go where students are, and in a lot of cases that's social media. So we want to really use Facebook, really use Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. I mean, I'm just going to name a bunch because I don't actually know how some of them work, but we'll get people to do that and who know how to do that. So that's part of it, is just really going where students are and just making an effort to really keep them updated on things.
Another part that we're really excited about is this is also part of our innovation section of our platform, but trying to implement this town hall idea that we have. We want to hold a town hall every month, every 2 months, depending on how the logistics work out, but this would be a great way for students to come together with administration to talk about issues that are really important. So things like senior housing or the meal plan. Those are things that students have a lot of different opinions on, and we know the administration is interested in working on those issues. So we want to make sure that there's a lot of communication between both of those groups, and we think that we can kind of facilitate that conversation through this town hall setting.
One of my favorite parts of your campaign actually was the Vote the Beard. How did that get to be an issue or a component of the campaign?
Right. Well, yeah, it definitely wasn't our idea. But what was cool about it was that as we were on the phone with someone who was figuring out the profile picture component of it, and we were trying to make, I don't know, do we do it like, will people like it? Is it going to be funny enough? Or will it give credit to our campaign or whatnot? And I refreshed Facebook in that moment as I asked the question, and one of our other friends had already done her own initiative that she didn't even tell us, where she cut out a picture of my beard, put it on a popsicle stick, and it was Kavanaugh formal that night, so they went around to Kavanaugh formal asking people if they wanted to take a picture of the beard, posted it on Facebook, and I guess we didn't have an option at that point. We had to do it, so it kind of took on a life of its own, which was great. That's what we wanted.
It came to a great culmination last weekend for JPW. Alex's
right.
parents were here, and there was a great picture of Alex's mom holding up the beard in between Alex and his dad, who has a beard. It's one happy little bearded family.
That's good.
Nancy, you were the only female candidate in this year's election. How do you intend to give a voice to the female population at Notre Dame, which is still a minority on campus?
Coming up with our goals and our vision for student government, sort of our overarching theme has been really trying to make our student government inclusive of a lot of different voices on campus and representative of as many groups on campus as we could possibly be, not just sort of a small group within student government. So in that sense, I think that I, as a female, kind of represent half of our campus. So I think that that's really important that, that Alex and I are really trying to represent as many people on campus as possible.
Staying with inclusion, Notre Dame is sometimes criticized for a seeming lack of diversity and acceptance, especially within the LGBT community. How does your inclusion platform counteract this criticism?
Well, I think this is an exciting time for Notre Dame. So our administration has now, the university administration as a whole has now recently, made a commitment to further LGBTQ inclusion on campus with the creation of this LGBTQ and ally organization, student organization. And so what student government wants to do is make sure that we just promote that as much as possible and really make sure that it's implemented well. This next year is going to be critical in that, and so we want to obviously put full force behind that and do whatever we can to get students involved, to train new freshmen or sophomore leaders who are going to be involved in the organization, and so student government should be doing whatever we can there. We also want to promote what's going to come out of the Call to Action initiative to really promote appreciation for multicultural events and diversity on campus, and making sure that it is a safe university when it comes to diversity. But also one thing that we've added to our platform that we're really excited about is addressing immigration reform on campus. So currently we're one of the few Catholic universities who doesn't, undocumented immigrants aren't allowed to come to the school. And so we want to work with a variety of different offices and really some of the student programs that are existing within club status or within Center for Social Concerns or the theology department to promote this, because I think Notre Dame has the ability to be such a prominent voice in this regard that we should take that opportunity to do so.
One of the strongest facets of your campaign was the personal connection you made to the students. Endorsement videos from students studying abroad, pictures you took with students here, as students held the Passion, Perseverance, and People signs outside South Dining Hall, even the Vote the Beard meme, created a campaign that was incredibly colloquial in nature, which is possibly why your ticket won on Election Day. How do you plan to continue that colloquialism heading into your term?
Yeah, the Vote the Beard campaign was pretty fantastic. But I think what's cool about those examples that you mentioned were that really most of those weren't our ideas. Those were the ideas of just our core team members and our campaign team. And we were almost informed that they were going to do it. And we said, well, okay, it sounds great. But I guess, Nancy and I, we loved going door to door. We loved that personal interaction. I would much rather, sit down with someone for coffee to talk about what they're interested in and really just ask about, to learn about them. And so I think on a personal level, we enjoy making that connection very strongly and making sure that we're interacting with students on a one-to-one level. The titles, president and vice president, really shouldn't play into it at all. We're just using our positions that we've been elected for to be able to serve students and work with them to really forward what they're interested in.
Our passion is to invest in the Notre Dame students. We want to invest in promoting their passions, and we will continue to do that from the first day of our term or even before that until the end of our term. And I think that at the end of the day is what student government should really be about, is advocating for these passions that Notre Dame students have and really directing them toward the resources that are more specific to those passions. Student government doesn't have to be the end-all be-all source of these ideas, but what it can do is really promote those passions and direct students toward the resources that they need to accomplish what they're hoping to accomplish.
Thank you once again, Alex and Nancy, and the best of luck as you head into your term.
Thank you.
Once again, if you want to know more about Alex and Nancy's platform, you can visit their website at koshajoyce2013.com.
Another campus celebrity, an instrumental part of a different winning team, Kayla McBride, affectionately known as K-Mac by her fellow teammates, passed a benchmark achievement Tuesday night with her 1,000th career point for ND. As a starter, K-Mac has played an integral part in the team's success this season. While we all know about her dangerous three-point shot from the outside, I caught up with her after practice to get to know the Kayla behind all the athletic prowess. It was then that she discussed with me her inspiration both on and off the court.
Definitely my mom. I think, she has 4 kids, she works full time, and just about 2 years ago she put herself through nursing school while doing it all at the same time, and she's such a sweet person. You would never know she had a bad day, and I love her to death.
The best piece of advice she's ever received came from Coach Murphy: never settle. It's certainly clear that Kayla took this advice to heart both on the court and in her life.
Look out for a fashion statement tomorrow. Relay for Life's Purple Week is in full swing around campus, and tomorrow, February 28th, is Wear Your Purple Day. The purple trend will also make its way into the dining halls, where purple treats will be served. The themed week continues on Friday with $10 purple hair extensions in the Como Center. All proceeds will go toward Relay for Life, which supports the American Cancer Society. Notre Dame's official Relay for Life will take place April 12th through 13th in Compton's Family Ice Arena. Until then, you can donate money to Notre Dame's team or your dorm's team at relayforlife.org.
This month, Notre Dame participated in a new kind of energy competition. Over the course of 3 weeks, Notre Dame totaled 57,000 kilowatt hours and $2,800 saved. Each week, every dorm started fresh against new opponents to try to outlast each other and win the top-tier prizes. For dorms that won 3 weeks in a row, prizes included a ping pong table, froyo party, movie night in the Browning Cinema, and even a stadium tour. Congratulations to the big winners, Carroll, P.E., McGlynn, and Pangborn.
It's the start of a musical weekend. Notre Dame's 55th annual Collegiate Jazz Festival kicks off this Friday night at Washington Hall. The festival is one of the oldest in the United States, and collegiate jazz bands from across the country, as well as Notre Dame's own jazz band, will perform throughout the weekend. Starting Friday at 7 p.m. with the Alma College Profession Friday night. Tickets are $5 for the public and Notre Dame staff and faculty, and free for all graduate and undergraduate students. As a bonus, whichever dorm has the greatest attendance will win free Chipotle burgers. For more information, visit Sub's website or the Collegiate Jazz Festival's Facebook event page.
On Saturday, students across campus gathered around St. Joe's Lake to brave the frigid waters and take a swim. Our very own Mary Green braved the cold with them to bring you this story.
Last Saturday, the forecast called for chilly winds and temperatures to dip into the teens. However, that did not stop some Notre Dame students from taking a swim in St. Joseph's Lake for the annual Polar Bear Plunge. Baden and Dillon Halls sponsored the event for the 4th year in a row. The dorms provided hot chocolate and cookies to anyone who dared take the plunge into the cold waters. Prizes including Chipotle gift cards and fair trade merchandise were raffled off throughout the day, providing even more of an incentive to jump in. Some groups chose to come in themed costumes and accessories, but this crew of cops from Siegfried Hall took the award for overall best costume. Here's what Baden President Kristen Pacifico had to say about why over 400 students chose to take the plunge.
I think it's kind of a thrill factor. The event just brings people in, and to know that you're doing it for such a noteworthy cause just is an awesome thing. All the money that we send over there goes to these kids and helps send them to school. So it's really just an awesome event, an awesome cause, and we're happy to raise money for them.
From Polar Bear Plunge, this is Mary Green, NDtv News.
Thanks, Mary. And now on to sports. From Saturday until Tuesday of this week, the 2013 NFL Combine was held in Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis to test the athletic skills of NFL draft prospects. Notre Dame's football team was well represented in what draft guru Mike Mayock refers to as the Underwear Olympics. 8 Irish players in total were invited to the Combine, but defensive lineman Capron Lewis Moore and safety Jamora Slaughter sat out because of recovering from injuries. Manti Te'o received most of the attention, stating in his Combine interview that he wants to focus on football activities. Despite his focus, Te'o did not impress NFL scouts, running a mediocre 4.82 40-yard dash and a 113-inch broad jump. Tyler Eifert solidified his first-round draft stock with an impressive workout. Eifert ran the 5th fastest 40 time of all tight ends with a 4.68. He showed unique strength by repping 225 pounds 22 times on the bench press. Eifert also has the ability to make leaping catches. He recorded a 35.5-inch vertical to go along with a 6'5", 250-pound frame. I think with the tight ends, the day has belonged to Tyler Eifert, said Mayock on Eifert's Saturday performance. Theo Riddick and Sierra Wood each participated in skill position drills as the talented Irish running backs entering this year's draft. Wood posted top 5 performances in both the vertical jump and the broad jump. Based on expert opinions, Riddick and Wood should both be selections in the later rounds on day 3 of the draft. Braxton Cave was the sole representative of Notre Dame's offensive line. Cave worked in every drill with the exception of the bench press and posted decent numbers. The next test for these prospective NFL players will be March 26th at Notre Dame's Pro Day in the Loftus Athletic Center. Each player will continue to train with the hopes of hearing his name called by Commissioner Roger Goodell on draft night. Now on to some basketball. The 21st ranked Fighting Irish basketball team took the court at home expecting a dogfight from a team on the NCAA tournament bubble, the Cincinnati Bearcats. Instead, the game was a one-sided blowout as Notre Dame held the Bearcats to the lowest score allowed in Big East opponent history. The Irish came into the matchup winning 3 of the last 4 games, including a low-scoring, ugly victory at Pittsburgh early in the week. Notre Dame's stifling defense was evident throughout the entire contest. The Irish held first-team All-Big East guard Sean Kilpatrick to shooting 3 for 13 from the field for only 6 points en route to their 62-41 victory. Senior guard Kashmir Wright, the facilitator on offense for the Bearcats, only mustered up 2 shots in the game and was shut out by opposing point guard Eric Atkins. The Irish advanced to 22-6 and 10-5 in the Big East. UC shot only 31.5% overall and 16.7% from behind the three-point line, looking pretty sluggish on offense. The lone bright spot for the Bearcats was senior guard Jaquan Parker, who showed the determination to drive to the hoop and score 12 of Cincinnati's points. The Irish were able to spread the scoring wealth in a balanced offensive attack. To go along with their lights-out defense, 4 starters scored in double figures, including a team high of 13 points for junior shooting guard Jaron Grant. Grant was perfect from the free throw line with 9 points coming from the charity stripe. Forwards Tom Knight and Jack Cooley scored 12 and 11 points respectively, and Knight was 6 for 7 from the field. He also grabbed 7 rebounds in one of the most efficient performances of the season. Garrick Sherman and Cameron Beedscheid made scoring contributions from the bench. Freshman forward Zach August, who has matured as a big man late in the season, collected 9 rebounds. The Irish face a tough road matchup on Saturday in Milwaukee as they face the Marquette Golden Eagles, ranked 22nd. This will be the first matchup of the season for these two teams heading into the final stretch, where each win means better seeding in the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden in just a few weeks.
Okay. Well, if you noticed, we didn't have weather this little news segment, which is mostly because, well, there's a lot of reasons why. Apparently our green screen is flammable, so that's one of the reasons. But
Don't
also
want to burn down the oldest building with a teleprompter.
It's true. Washington Hall is the oldest building in the United States with a teleprompter. Shout out to Washington Hall. But also because I think at this point it's fairly impossible to predict the weather.
You think?
I mean,
sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's raining.
Sometimes it's like mildly hailing.
It seems
like as you're walking across the quad.
It seems like it changes like multiple times a day. Like you're getting a sunny day early on, and then all of a sudden it starts to rain or snow. I don't know. Temperature drops. It's just crazy.
Did you guys know that we're being featured on ESPN3 Bengal Bouts Finals?
Wow.
Yes.
Impressive.
This Friday night. And do you guys know anybody fighting still? Anybody still in the rounds?
My friend Scott. Oh, go ahead.
I think Mike Brohammer, who is on the Notre Dame basketball team, is actually fighting in the finals, so that should be interesting to see how he performs there.
Yeah, I know. One of my friends got to the semifinals and just got knocked out by captain. So, I mean, sophomore captain. That'll happen. That'll happen.
It's a hard life.
It is a hard life. It is a real hard life. How are your Lenten promises going?
They've been better.
Better?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I gave up meat and sweets for Lent.
How about you?
They're not going that well so far. I actually tried to do something, which was go to the grotto every day. Hasn't worked out so well, but I'm trying. Still plenty of time.
Still plenty of time.
Can still make it up there.
How are you gonna do that on spring break?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
We'll figure out.
Maybe I can just go to my local church and maybe I don't know, substitute that. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Notre Dame Television hopes that you also are doing a good job keeping up your Lenten resolutions. And from all of us at Notre Dame Television, we hope you have a fantastic week.
I'm Colby Hoyer.
I'm Claire and Becky.
And I'm Rich Heidi.
Have a good night, everyone.